Okay, this river problem going between Poneloya and Corinto has been about a 6 or 7 year problem. It's been plugged up and no boats can get through except maybe at high tide if they get out of the boat and push. So the fellow who owns this restaurant here and myself and some other people have been trying to put a project together, and we've got some key people in the area to help. One of the girls who owns Lazy Turtle is going to do the partition. We're going right now to the river, and we're going to, this is the #1 man here in Poneloya. We work together a lot, and we're going to go to the river and get some soil samples and get some photographs of the river, and then I'm going to put a proposal together, and hopefully our friends in the city will be able to grant us some money, and we can raise some money to break this river open so we can get commerce and trade going on once again from Corinto to Poneloya. Up until now, it's always been some big government project or the Millennium Fund promising, or some big developer that's, put it on the table. Nothing ever gets done. And the only reason it's blocked today was because these people promised that they were going to open it, so the local fishermen stopped clearing it themselves. So now it's been plugged up for 4 or 5 years, 6 years. It's going to take a lot of work. But once it's open, it's about 300 to 400 meters of sludge, of packed in sediment. Once it's open, then the boats can keep it open. By going through, by having the motor roaring and doing it in the rainy season, that whole thing will get washed out with its usage. So we're hoping that it's not going to cost a lot of money, and that once it's open, that there'll be enough trade going on to make it a major feature on this coast for tourism, for commerce, for the fishermen. You hate to have to go out in the ocean every time you want to go down to the next town or back to Lyon. So this one will give us a safe passage between Corinto, Poneloya, and then we can go from Las Penitas to Salinas Grande. It'll open up this whole coast to activity. You going to Corinto?
Corinto, no.
Corinto? No. Original.
Yeah, okay.
River pirates.
Parque muy bueno para andar aquí. Especial,
Okay, we're at a place right now about 4 or 5 kilometers in from Poneloya, and this is high tide. So right now you can see our captain here is standing ankle deep in the water. This high tide only lasts for about an hour or 2 every day. So the rest of the time, this is sand. There's no possible pass. And the stretch that's like this is about half a kilometer. The rest is very passable. So all we need to do is clear out this one stretch, dig out this sand either with a dredge or by shovel, by crew, and dig out 500 meters of it, and then we've opened up a channel to Corinto, which has been open for centuries and got closed up because of big corporations promising to do it and never completing the job. So if we can get it open, we can start having boats go through here a little quicker, and they'll keep it churned up and they'll keep the water flowing, and with the rainy season it'll wash it out, and hopefully we can start bringing travelers through here from Corinto to Poneloya, fishermen, commercial, shopping, all manner of traffic. Nobody wants to go all the way back to Leon and then all the way to Chinandega and then down to Corinto again when it's only 15 kilometers away by river.
And,
you know?
Yeah, and these people behind us, they're taking advantage of the high tide to harvest shellfish.
Exactly, exactly. And when the tide goes down, they're going to be out of here.
Right.
Yeah, it's, you can get stuck in here and have to leave your boat and walk.
Yeah, you were telling me someone
yeah.
got stuck here for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. You know? So it's a very hit and miss thing to get through here. So much so that very few people do it. You see a few locals here that'll do it because they're making money catching crabs and maybe doing a little hunting, cutting wood. But most of the fishing boats that are taking fishing charters or going shopping or taking their fish to market, they're not going to risk coming through here. Plus, they can only come through a couple times a day, and they need to get their fish in the market a lot quicker than that. So by opening up this whole channel, you're improving the life of the locals, the businesses, the tourists, and the whole area would have a big impact from this canal being opened. So hopefully we can get a project to get this project moving and get some financing, and the local people are more than willing to help. I can probably easily get 20 guys with shovels in here for a week. If I just paid them, you know, a couple hundred cords a day and fed them, it would be easy enough to do. But if we could find somebody who had a dredge, a motorized dredge, we could move this whole thing out in a matter of 3 or 4 days, day and night, using a dredge. Hey guys! So I'm really looking forward to seeing this thing completed. Because most of the beaches I've ever lived on have had access up and down the coast, and that's what makes it exciting for everyone. And I'm going to try push it. I've had a lot of good response from people. Even the government is asking for a proposal, so I've got a good idea that it might work. But there's going to be costs. I mean, I have to work. I can't sit around. I can't donate all my time to this project. When I have a job, I have other things to do. And we probably need a website, probably need printing material. We need to, you know, buy shovels and we need probably transportation, we need some fuel. All this takes money.
Yep. And
the money we need to raise, you know, we can get volunteers, but we need the businessmen here and the fishermen to contribute. If they throw in $100 each, you know, and the government matches that dollar for dollar, we got a good chance of making it work. So we'll have to see. And I really want to get this done. We've been talking about it for a long time, and it needs to happen. Try to get out in the ocean to get to Corinto. One of the other problems about getting into Corinto, if you leave Corinto Harbor by boat, you got to clear out with customs. You got to have your passport. You got to get a cruising guide. It's a big rigmarole trying to get out of here with a boat. Now that means, and then when you come in, you got to check in with Coast Guard and go through the whole rigmarole again. So nobody wants to take people out of Corinto and out into the ocean for diving or whale watching. It's a bottleneck, a bureaucratic bottleneck. But by having this river open, we can go back and forth here without having to go in the ocean and through the customs and all the paperwork. And it'll make a big difference to these people that are scraping a living out of this area, because then they'll be able to sell their product and take tourists like for pictures, and maybe even take them into the jungle and show them wildlife photography. It's not far to walk through this jungle before you're at the beach, and there's nobody on that beach. It's a completely isolated beach. Some people would like to spend a little time camping on that beach. You know, so it opens up a lot of opportunities. I do a lot of advertising for tourism development, and I know that Leon is full of backpackers right now that are looking for places to go. And if we can show them some good videos of this area and access to it, safe access to it, I'm sure we'll get a lot of takers that'll be interested in camping out. I think there's only one tourist place on the island right now. It's called Surfing Turtle Lodge, and it's at the far end. From there all the way up 15 kilometers, there's not one thing. So that's it's nice to. Some people love to get in a remote area, you know. So they got a remote area here.
Sure,
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. Más rápido.
Duro, duro.